who are being trained, and there was some applause at one point. I was listening online too, and it sounded like there was like 100 people here, and there was like
well done.
15. So this morning, I'm sure if you're online this morning, you're like, whoa, the church is packed. Did you hear them all?
It's not packed.
There is a good 12 feet between most people.
Yeah,
but,
it's true. It's
so
true.
good to be here, both live and online this morning.
Totally.
Though.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone to Calvary in person. So good to see faces, even though we are seeing faces and masks. You can't tell if people are like sticking their tongues out at us or smiling or what, but and for sure welcoming people who are joining us from home as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Beautiful online live hybrid first this morning. Another one of our learnings and growings. So
that's right.
So welcome. If you're online, you're going to be greeted in the chat box. Make sure that you're signing in so that we can greet you. And now it's like, oh, as people walk in the doors, we can be like, Evan's here. Hey, Evan.
Yeah, now no one is going to come to church late, though, right? They'll be like, oh, well, they're going to mention me.
And they're not even late, right? We start
right,
at 5
actually,
too. So
that's true. You're not late, Evan. You're still good.
Let's just do a few highlights of the things that are happening this week, though. So if you're online this morning, there's a few ways to connect into the service this morning. So there'll be prayer after the service.
Yep, through the Zoom link that you'll find below the link or below what you're watching right now. Also, if you want to connect in with some folks socially, just to see how people are doing and see each other's faces, there will again be coffee time through Zoom. And if you are worshiping from home, please don't feel like you're missing out on coffee time here. There is no coffee time here.
It's true, no cookies.
So we're actually going to encourage people who have joined us in person to get out to your car right after the service and click online and get into the coffee time that way if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and offering now, again, looks a little different. So you still give online for sure. Follow the links for that, either on the channel this morning or through the Calvary website. And through the back doors, right in the center, is a box. And if you've brought offering this morning, you can put it in that box right there.
Ooh, thank you, Vanna.
Brian Vanna back there is pointing out our box. Yeah, and then this week, there's a few things happening through the week. Still online more Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yep, at 6:30, so you can find the link on our Facebook page and connect in that way. It's still continued to be such a rich time of worship and community and soaking. Sometimes there's people who are sharing lots of prayer requests and words for one another, and a real sense of what's happening in our community. And then other times there's this beautiful quiet about it where people are just soaking in that time of worship. So, and sometimes a mix. So please connect in. It's a great time to worship. But then Thursday is not online. Thursday we've been moving more to it being live. So do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, it kind of came out of our words we know as Calvary. We are called to be outside of this building, and so transitioned a couple weeks ago into Thursdays being some worship in a local park. So Riverside Meadows Park, it's down beside the Meadows off Water Street in St. Jacobs. And the last 2 weeks, we've met down there to simply, again, worship and pray together in a space that is outside of the walls here. And it's been really, really rich time of worshiping together and speaking any words or any prayers that we are sensing, and fun to have people stop by and go, this is so beautiful.
That's amazing.
So we will be doing that again this Thursday. That's at 7, though, not 6:30.
Right.
7 at the park. So bring your mask and
good to be together and good to be out of our building, two things that are really important to us as a body, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For those of us who are here in the building, you would have noticed that it looks and feels a little different as you're coming in. There's pylons to guide where to walk in the doors. There's lots of lovely greeters who are helping you navigate that. And then exiting will look a little different this morning as well. And we'll give a little bit more instruction on that at the end, so you don't have to be like rehearsing, how am I going to exit? How am I going to exit? As you're sitting here this morning. We'll guide you. We'll guide you to let you know how to leave the service safely and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of on that note, I know we had one more little announcement about next Sunday, so hold that thought. Or let's just announce it now.
Yeah.
So next Sunday, I know it's exciting. It feels like the grand unveil of next Sunday is a long weekend. And rather than focus on what was meant to be, what was going to happen, we are going to meet in person, outdoor, and have an outdoor worship time next Sunday here at the church. Woo! So partly we are going to give our tech crew, who have been honored well in the last few weeks, we're going to give them a break. So I'm not a musician, but is that like unplugged acoustic version of outdoor worship?
That sounds cool.
I don't know. Probably not unplugged. They'll still have speakers, but
we'll call it that, though.
There won't be any words, though, so bring your phones to kind of check out.
And probably lawn chairs or blankets or something like that to sit on in the grass out there? Or
yeah, absolutely. Lawn chairs, blankets. And if you want, it's going to be outdoors. So there'll be space to be and move. And certainly if you want to make it feel like a picnic, you can do that. Obviously, we can't have food to share, but if you want to bring a lunch and picnic out back after the worship, you'd be welcome to do that. Which we mentioned, but we'll say again, it's in person only. So there'll be no online next Sunday. So
all right.
But I was going to mention, so in person, so many people who have been here this morning have been really instrumental in either helping us get to this phase or being trained so that we're ready to welcome people into our doors this morning. So many of you that I see sitting out here, can we just honor you guys? So many of you have come to the church the last couple weeks to hear the policies and procedures and figure out how you can help navigate and help people feel safe and welcome and move in the facility in a way that is both adheres to protocols and policies and is the culture of our church, which is warm and welcoming. So thank you for taking the time and being willing to do that.
Yeah, there's also been, speaking of policies, there has been a small group of people who have been diligently following, as we know, everything is always changing in this season of COVID and coming up with policies and procedures. And then just as we get something written down, something might change. And so kudos to that team who have been working diligently. And especially we really want to honor this morning Rhonda and Angie, who... Rhonda has really taken hold of the writing and summarizing and compiling the information. And Angie has been such a great resource along with Karen Strauss for the health side of things. And whenever there's been a question, we've reached out to the health department. So if you're at home still kind of feeling like, I'm not sure yet, and you really want to know more about how we've handled this and where we are at, please feel free to reach out to the church, to leadership. We're happy to share with you our policies and our procedures. Anything that helps you feel comfortable. If staying at home is comfortable, then obviously that's why we still have these cameras and things like that. But we really want this whole season of transition to be full of grace, we want people to worship where they feel comfortable. That's always been our heartbeat, but now it's maybe your living room or maybe here. And for those of you who aren't here, if you're watching online, you might be like, hey, but no one I see on camera is wearing masks. What's going on? That's how they're going to say it.
They'll say it in that voice. They talk like they're at home.
Why? Yeah, that's how everyone questions stuff. Yeah. So know that behind the cameras, everyone who is coming in and sitting down, and as we sing, we are wearing masks. But we have checked with the health department in that in worship leadership roles so that you can hear us and see us a little more clearly. We do have the clearance officially to not have masks on stage, but do know that everyone else does. So
yeah, and if it's something that makes you more comfortable to see all of that in print, it is a printed, beautiful document that has been made with policies and procedures. So
yeah,
you
but
can
700 pages long or something. It's great
with
nighttime reading.
1,100,000 addendums. No, it's pretty clear. And if I can speak too to the people that are here, we kind of honored the people that are not here and say grace to you. If come when you're ready to come, feeling comfortable to come, and we honor you for continuing to worship with us online and find ways to engage in community that way. And we want to honor the people that are here as well to say, it's going to feel different. Worshiping with a mask on, 6 feet away from another person, it's strange. And we continue to ask God's blessing on us as we draw together as a community in new and different ways. And just sometimes acknowledging that it does feel different is enough to go, okay, I'm going to embrace the difference of that. And through the service, if you go, I need to just go outside and take my mask off for a few minutes. I have someone who is small with me and needs to wiggle and move. I need to go and do that. Grace to you as you figure out how to navigate this space for yourself, for your family. We want to make sure that you feel like you can maneuver around in here in a way that makes you feel comfortable. So,
for sure. And to your point about families, Kelly, just as a reminder, there is no Lighthouse or children's program that happens. So when you do choose to come as a family, you might want to bring some activities or something. All the pieces of paper and pencils have been taken out of the pews. So if you know you've got some busy hands, you might want to bring some stuff.
Sam's prepared this morning. I saw a backpack come in.
Nice.
Yeah. I think we could probably transition. Do you want to?
Yeah. Wow, that went fast. I think you and I should just keep talking.
It's going to be the Janine and Kelly show. Nope.
No, let's not do that. Let's head into worship together. Let's pray.